Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's live. We're going to get started here in a couple minutes. Wanted to remind you, please take the opportunity to hit the like button or the thumbs up button or whatever platform you may be watching from. Just hit that button. Also, hit the share button. We need you to do that to help grow the views and the platform, and comment. Please, 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 please let me know where you're watching from. We've got viewers from all over on every platform. I love reading where you're watching from, so thank you so much. Also, please be respectful in the comments. Let's debate, let's talk things out, but be nice to each other. Come on, we're not going to be like some of these people we cover, so please be nice to each other. Thank you so much for your support. We're about to get started.
Dedicated to telling your stories. This is the Robbie Harvey.
Okay, I want y'all to remember this clip. Remember this? It's not a repeat. I'm jumping in here first, but remember this clip.
Don't listen to all these mouths that try to come against you. Just trust God for your life and your preaching, because you're too good to ever give it up.
Okay. Welcome to tonight's show. It is going to be a lot, but it's a critical show. In my opinion, it's a bombshell show of what's happening here. And so it's going to be a lot. Follow along with me. You follow along, you're going to see what's happening. Subscribe wherever you're watching from. Welcome to our friends watching on TikTok. Yes, we're live on TikTok also tonight. Welcome, everybody. Wherever you may be watching, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments. If you're on YouTube, love for you to become a member of our channel. That link is at the top of the comment thread. Okay. The first 5 minutes of this is going to be a repeat for a lot of you, okay? But you need to be refreshed. I hope you had a great Merry Christmas. I hope your New Year's is going to be just as good. But you need to be refreshed. So if you've seen this, stick with me, okay? It's important. 5 minutes, okay? If you're new to the story, or this part of the story at least, I can't do the cliff notes of the whole thing. We found, couple of months ago, John Paul Miller started a new church called Living Water Ministries. That was found out quickly. Fitz News confirmed last week that assets are being transferred from Solid Rock to Living Water Ministries right now as we speak. We encourage you to go to Fitz News website, read more on the assets being transferred from Solid Rock to Living Water. And then we found out about Mercy Church Ministries. Mercy Church Ministries. Let's review what that's all about. Mercy Church, listed right here, nonprofit, with the agent of Molly Fleming. Even though it was spelled wrong, we learned that Molly Fleming is the 96-year-old grandmother of John Paul Miller. Here's the deed, $155,000 to Mercy Church Ministries. The location, in a strip mall on Highway 17. In relation to the location, that strip of land down at the bottom of the picture there is owned by Solid Rock Church. Go to Fitz News again on the transfer of assets from Solid Rock to Mercy Church. So that gives you an idea of where it's at. When you take a look inside, they are renovating, they're building, they're doing something inside of that piece of property in the strip mall. And then we went into the directors of the nonprofit that are listed. Molly Fleming, of course, the 96-year-old grandmother of John Paul Miller. It shows here that she electronically signed. I reached out to Molly Fleming a few days ago. A woman in the room answered the phone. It was not Molly. You could hear Molly in the background. I asked to speak to Molly. Molly said she did not want to speak to me. I asked if the woman could ask Molly about Mercy Church Ministries and this, her being listed as the head. Molly, again, did not want to speak to me. I then asked if the woman could confirm if Molly signed any paperwork in regards to Mercy Church Ministries. Molly instructed the woman to hang up on me, and that is what exactly happened. Mona, also listed. I believe Mona's 77 years old. I reached out to Mona also, left a message for her, no response. Mary Jo, the grandmother, the mother of Trisha Ross, reached out to her also, 80 years old, no response. Many of you are criticizing me for reaching out to these people. Well, here's a couple of things. One, if they are of sound mind to run a nonprofit, I have every right to reach out for comment to learn more about their new church. Okay? Plain and simple. If they are not of sound mind and their signatures were forged, they have a right to tell their side of the story. Okay? Now, remember, the man they are associated with is under FBI investigation. So, let's keep that in mind for those of you criticizing me reaching out to these people. I have reached out once. One has hung up on me. The other two have not responded. I'm not going to reach out again. I have given them an opportunity to tell their side of the story, their affiliation with this ministry. If they refuse to speak, that's their choice, and I respect that. And then, of course, remember this.
This family went from no reputation, no respect. Watch this. One generation later, let me say it this way, one choice later, and now they have incredible honor and incredible integrity. Paul told Timothy in 2 Timothy 1:5, the faith and wisdom I see in you, Timothy, I love you, I'm proud of you. It didn't start with you, buddy. No. It started with your grandmother, and then it went to your mother, and now it lives in you. He was saying, you are where you are because your grandma prayed for you every day. Anybody can say that about there? You are where you are because your mom drug your butt to church every Sunday. That's why you are where you are. You know, I told you my nana, I had four grandparents, of course, nana, papa, grandma, granddad. My nana is my last. I'm 44 years old and she's still alive. We have actually 5 generations alive on earth right now. And she's the one that would make me go and preach to her out at the amphitheater when I was 10, 11 years old in Darlington. And she'd let me take up an offering, which was always special. She didn't have much, but I took it. But I also remember the other day that when I was, I think it was 11 or 12, I wanted to take a homiletics class. Homiletics is like a public speaking for preachers. And so I went to the Bible college, and my nana would pick me up and go with me, so I could learn how to preach. She actually took the class with me, and she would get up there and preach and write sermons, and, you know, we'd help each other out. At 11 years old, she did that. She's 96 years old, and she's still speaking faith into me. Let me play this for you.
John Paul, this is Donna. I just wanted to give you a call and tell you, don't you ever give up preaching unless God wants you to. Don't listen to all these mouths that try to come against you. Just trust God for your life and your preaching because you're too good to ever give it up. From what I could hear, you are absolutely wonderful. I just wish I could hear you too, my darling. God loves you. You just trust him with whatever is going on. Don't let the devil take anything from you, honey. Stand your ground. Love you. Bye-bye.
Listen. She's 96. She lives in a nursing home. She can't even get out of bed. But she calls me every week and leaves voice messages just like that. Do you know how she's going to be remembered? She's going to be remembered as someone who poured faith into other people. When she leaves this earth, it's not just going to be, okay, goodbye. It's going to be, no, I'm here because of her. I'm still going because of her.
So, couple things. One, this was on the day after Mica died. This before the infamous announcement at the end of the service. This on April 28th. 2, she is not bedridden. She can get out of bed. She can walk around. 3, she is not in a nursing home. There's a difference. So, 2 lies right then and there from John Paul Miller about his own grandmother. All right. So now you're called up right there. Okay? You're called up on church number 3. So we got Solid Rock, Living Water, Mercy. Church number 4. This one is called Forge Church. Look at the name. It is Tina Corley. The address is the same address as Mercy Church, just a different P.O. box number. Okay? Who is Tina Corley? We've been watching Tina for several months. She has been seen with John Paul Miller on multiple occasions over the last several months. Corley is the former campaign director, I believe, with the mayor of Myrtle Beach. I will reach out to the mayor's office this week for comment and her association with Corley and John Paul Miller. We will demand answers. Now, many of you are saying, Robbie, what about Corley? I mean, where is the proof that Corley is involved? Well, other than sightings, and here's Corley walking out with John Paul Miller the day after he was arrested, after he was bailed out. Pretends
John Paul, any
hide your
reactions
face
today?
and pretends to be
You'll
on
have
the
a great
phone,
day. Thank you.
whatever. Yeah, nice. I'm sure you're taking a phone call right now. But that's Corley. So how is Corley involved? How do we know Corley is involved? Okay, let's take a look. This is from the Secretary of State after a FOIA request sent to me earlier today. These are the directors listed. Vernell Jackson. We'll go over all these people. Christina Best, Kristen Fazio. You can see they have all signed. Let's go over a couple things. This picture was taken yesterday, Sunday, December 29th, at a Firehouse Subs in Myrtle Beach. This is after church of Solid Rock, so these people are what's left of Solid Rock. They all went to Firehouse Subs. John Paul showed up a little bit later with Susie Skinner. Now let's go over to people that signed off for Forge Church. This is Christina Best. This lady right here. Remember the address y'all kept sending me saying, hey, the wrong address of Mercy Church. We believe it's this one. Remember? I told y'all we knew. Y'all kept sending it to me. Y'all kept telling me, Robbie, is this the address you're looking for? Is this what you're looking for? I can't report on an address with a person that's not on paper. I can't say, well, Google tells us it's this address and that person lives there. Christina Best is one of Mark Kaufman's mom's best friends. According to sources, Mary Jane Kaufman, the mother of Mark Kaufman, lives with Christina Best. Kristen Fazio, the principal of Faith First Academy, John Paul Miller's school at Solid Rock Church. Fazio, the day this picture was taken, was the day Fazio was seen driving Mica's car, the car that John Paul took from her in February. It gets better, y'all. Don't be. You think you're shocked now? Vernell Jackson. Vernell is the one on the left. It's the lady. Vernell. Her and her husband were elders at Solid Rock Church. Okay? Remember, this is Mark Kaufman's business. Forge LLC, or I'm sorry. No, Mark, the mama is Mark Kaufman's mama. This is Tina Corley's business, okay? Forge LLC. Here's the AOI for those of you that need to see it. You can see Tina Corley paid for it. Articles of incorporation. Okay. So there's that. We have all these former members involved. By the way, I want to point out a couple people here in this photo. Let me pull up my notes. I want to make sure I get it right. The woman in the plaid, the old woman. By the way, that is Wayne Miller, his head peeking out above the woman in blonde. The woman next to Wayne Miller, to his left, that is Fazio's mother. Okay. Christina Best is on the far right. Mary Jane Kaufman, Mark Kaufman's mother. You see the black lady in green there. To her left, over her shoulder, that older woman is Mary Jane Kaufman. In the very far back, right next to Wayne Miller's head, is Shannon Bullock. That's Christina's best daughter, okay? So I share all this because these people are players. You see Trisha Ross to the right are allegedly players. They may have no clue. You see the lady to Wayne Miller's right and the man from the left. According to sources, they came over from Pakistan with Wayne Miller. And so that's where we're at with all this. That is Tina Corley's ministry, Forge Church. Many of you have brought up Denton Murdahl. create a business called Forge to transfer assets to it? Yes, he did. So here we go. So Tina Corley. Am I done yet? I am not. Y'all ready? So now we've got Solid Rock, which according to documents still online, has not dissolved. We've got Living Water, which according to Fitz News, assets are being transferred to Living Water. And according to public documents, if Living Water dissolves, the beneficiary is Charles Randall. So all the assets go to Charles Randall if Living Water dissolves. We've got Mercy Church, where Molly Fleming, living in Darlington, South Carolina, in an assisted living facility 2 hours away from Myrtle Beach, is the head of Mercy Church. Now we've got Forge Church with former deacons and the principal and friends being listed as directors with Tina Corley. And now, My Tribute LLC. It is listed as an LLC, and the agent is Mark Kaufman. Now, for those of you who may be new to this story, Kaufman, the best friend of John Paul Miller, Kaufman would play a couple times a month at Solid Rock Church as a piano player. Kaufman, a co-owner of Crocodile Rocks with John Paul Miller. Kaufman, very much a part of this story. Kaufman, the owner of the airplane that John Paul claims was given to him. Kaufman, just receiving his pilot's license. He's been flying around a lot lately. Mark Kaufman is a part of this story. And so once again, many of you are asking, Robbie, how do you know that Mark Kaufman's not just creating a new business? You may be right. But let's take a look at that new business. The director, Susie Skinner. Electronically signed December 12th, December 13th, 2024. Let's look at the articles of incorporation paid for by John Paul Miller. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. So now we've got Solid Rock. We've got Living Water. We've got Mercy Church. By the way, you're using Mica's email. How dumb can you be? And I've got emails from the past, from John Paul, from Trisha Ross. Y'all are emailing Mica. So don't sit there and say it's a made-up email or whatever. I've got evidence from years past. You're emailing her. That's her email. You're registering these companies using her email. Fazio, Susie Skinner. What are y'all doing? And here's what upsets me. Here's what upsets me the most. She trusted y'all. She loved on y'all. And despite everything that has come out, everything that has come forward about what this man did to that sweet lady in this picture, where y'all are pretending to care for her, pretending to love on her, you continue to support this man. And if you didn't sign off on this documents, you come forward right now. You should be on the phone right now with the FBI. Because if you are not, then you are supporting this man. Hope the life insurance was worth it. Fazio, got that phone call in London, didn't you? Why did he call you? Were you heartbroken? Were you in tears like the others? Why were you driving Mica's car after she died? Don't sit there and say it's John Paul's car. No, it was hers. Why are you snickering while filming from inside the building as John Paul confronts protesters? This isn't no game. And now you've put your name on a piece of paper. So now we have solid rock, living water, mercy, forge, and my tribute. And I debated all day whether to reveal this one. And it comes from a name that almost all of you don't know about yet. I would say 98% of you don't know about the sixth one. And I'm not going to reveal it yet because I'm trying to give this person the opportunity to tell their side. I have called you. I've texted you. I want to know what Mica said to you. And I want to know why. This 6-1 may or may not be connected to John Paul Miller, but it matches a pattern of behavior from the other 5. And so I'm trying to give that person a fair shot to come forward and give their side. You have my number. And I apologize if tonight's show is a little short, but I wanted it to be very clear of what we have come across. I wanted it to be very, very clear of what's happening here. The assets are moving. And by the way, I spoke once again to the Secretary of State, the Office of the Secretary of State. They have told me that investigators are on this. Okay? This is massive. If Molly Fleming's signature or any of these signatures were forged, major problems. So the Secretary of State has told me they are looking further into this. I am going to upload all of these documents to my Facebook page. I want everybody to see them. So if you're watching live right now, as soon as this show is over, I will upload them. Again, I'm sorry it's a short show. I wanted to focus in on that. I expected to talk longer. I'm not in a great mood. But y'all know me. We're going to try, and sorry about that there. We're going to try and end on a good note. Okay? Love you guys. We're going to have a show tomorrow. I'm going to give this other one a chance to respond. We'll talk about what's happened at the building itself over the past couple days. Just a lot going on, y'all. We'll talk about timelines. Are we going to see an arrest soon? I think so. But let's end the night on a feel-good note. Poor lady is dog sitting for her sister. Chaos. Now watch, it gets better. The poor cat, tortured. Cat's trying to get away. Sister's in trouble. Sister's injured. I hope that gives a smile to y'all's face. We will have a show tomorrow night. Okay? We're going to have a show. I don't know what it's going to be. I have an idea, but we're going to have a show. I'm going to give people a chance to answer. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Take care of yourself. Hope you had a great Christmas. Hope you're going to have a good New Year. We'll see you tomorrow night.